Alright, to start with, we're going to look at Hypershade. And we're going to eliminate all lights except for this point light. Okay, so just make a point light. The point light's right here. Get rid of all the other lights. Just leave them out for right now until we get into the lighting. So what's going to happen here is under Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade, this thing is probably by far one of the kookiest things that students have. They can't wrap themselves around it for some reason, so they try to avoid it like the plague. Anytime I introduce Hypershade to a classroom, they're like, oh, Hypershade. So it's really a fun place to be. It's just really kind of scary to look at. Alright, namely because there's so many buttons up at top, and this thing's kind of awkward to navigate, and there's like 14 different tabs that do something. Yeah, so anyway, let's just start with the 101s. Let's make a blend. So we're going to make a blend, and we'll make one more blend. So we got two blends. Okay, and you can see here's my work area. So I can use the wheel mouse to wheel out a little bit, and I can take these things and left click on them and drag them anywhere I want. We're going to rename these. I'm going to rename this one, and there's two different ways to rename. Well, there's 1,000 ways to rename, but there's two specific easy ones to do. I can right click on it and rename it red. Or I can go over here and click on the properties. So the attribute editor automatically launches up half the time, and it goes to blue. Okay, so I got blue, red. So if I need to look at the properties, let's say I can't find that bar, I just click here with the material highlighted. That's this channel editor right here, or attribute editor. So the attribute editor allows me to change colors. So here I could change this one to blue. Okay. And this one I could change to red. That's a very easy way to change colors on things. Also, I could see things that are attached within the attribute editor and see them here. So a lot of times I'm using both the attribute editor and Hypershade at the same time. Take this for instance. A lot of things get attached by the middle mouse button. Like I can attach blue and red together. So red, middle mouse button, click and drag this over, and I can attach it to something like, oh, incandescence. Okay? Which turns it to a purple. So I can get rid of this in two ways. I can delete it by highlighting it, or I can go over here and look for incandescence, right click, break connection. Now you notice there is a lot more things over here than over here. Let's say I middle mouse button, click and drag over here. I get specular color, bump map, and others. Okay, and others lead to this very scary place right here. Okay, we're going to avoid this right now. We'll get into it later. But what it doesn't have is the eccentricity, specular roll-off, special effects, so the glow intensity. Let's say I middle mouse button, click and drag this over to the checkered flag. Okay, it's like, whoa, you can't do that. How are you going to do that? So in some cases, some things cannot be attached. Like a material has a harder time attaching to some of the special effects. But if I middle mouse button, click and drag this over to here, it attaches just well. Okay, so just note there's a lot of ways to attach things, and some of them show up in the middle mouse button, click and drag, or you can middle mouse button, click and drag it over here, and it'll let you know what you can do and what you can't do based upon this. Okay? And you can certainly manually attach things, like the input of blue. Okay? Here's the output. So the output is what? I want to attach the color attribute to something. And it allows you to see all the things that I can attach the color to. Okay? The ambient color, same thing. So you don't see over here anywhere that you can connect it to special effects. And here's how you attach it. So if you have color and you attach the color over here, that's what happens. So now the red becomes the red over here. If I attach it to the ambient color or incandescence or all of them, in other words, over here I have a great number of possibilities to attach the same material to many things at once. That's what I like about this window. Okay. So that's just the 101s of connecting a material to a material and how to break it. So in the next video I want to show you a little bit more about a lot more, because this thing could actually take a lot of videos. So that's just the 101s of things. Let's go on to the next video.